For a long time, I've taught you a lot of mathematics. And you've been sitting there going, why in the world did you teach us all this stuff? Well, there's a very good reason. And it has to do with radio frequencies and electromagnetic fields. How do you measure radio frequencies and electromagnetic fields? With mathematics. The very same mathematics that I'm teaching you right now. And if you've reached Euclid Book 7, you know what I'm talking about. Okay? Now, tonight we're going to start a discussion, and it's not over yet, about radio frequency identification chips. Radio frequency identification chips. I'm sure you've heard about them, and the technology that makes them possible has been around for quite some time. And I'm going to prove to you how long it's been around. Okay? We can trace some of the earliest elements of the radio frequency identification tags actually back to a guy named Leon Theremin. Ever heard of him? Well, probably not. He was born in Russia. Okay? This was back in the 1920s. A long time ago. And, well, actually, he was born before 1920, but somewhere about the late 1920s, early 1930s, he invented a device called a Thereminvox. And I'm sure you've never heard of a Thereminvox. And what this device is, it has a couple of metal pieces hooked up to a whole bunch of vacuum tubes. He actually discovered that if you wave your hands above the vacuum tubes, they can produce sounds. Large sounds, small sounds, high-pitched sounds, low-pitched sounds. He actually made a musical instrument out of this. Well, Vladimir Lenin got so interested in this that he asked the guy not only to make him a Thereminvox, but to teach him how to play it. In which Leon Theremin did. But the thing is, later on, around the end of World War II, around 1945, the same Leon Theremin invented a device called the Buran eavesdropping system. Okay? And this device was able to detect sound vibrations in windows. So he was literally able to eavesdrop on people's conversations by just having the device close to a window. Okay? Now, how did the device work? Well, it had a diaphragm. You say, well, okay, what's a diaphragm? Well, in the line of a sound diaphragm, it's a device that has a transducer. And you say, well, what's a transducer? Well, a transducer is any device that can actually change one form of energy to another. Okay? And this diaphragm had the capability of changing vibrations into sound. Okay, so you had vibration energy, and it was being converted into sound energy. Alright? And so, this Buran eavesdropping system took vibrations from a window and converted them into actual sounds. That way the spy network could tell what people on the other side were saying. And this became the beginnings of the radio frequency identification tag system. Alright? Now, there's a lot more to this story than what I've just told you. But I think you've learned a lot of things tonight. Go ahead and look all this stuff up. It all really exists. And I think you'll find it very interesting if you ever see somebody playing a Thereminvox. Because I actually watched a guy play an actual Thereminvox They had a video posted on the internet, and I got the chance to see it. So you should look it up. Alright. I will continue my discussion on this in a future video. I'd like for you to stay tuned.